Hey guys, here's my video lesson presentation. So the topic in the class profile. The topic is English and Technology. Students will be reading and listening to The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe using screen recordings and the short story. Students will create their own narrative scenes that use irony, imagery, and an unreliable narrator. The lesson is intended for students in high school, primarily English 9. Students have previous experience with short stories. We will be going into detail about the literary techniques using the Telltale Heart as a model. The students will be working independently on the activities. The lesson is one of the last ones near the end of the short story unit. The students will look at how literary techniques are used within short stories, specifically the Telltale Heart. Students will be learning how to analyze literary techniques. The ones being focused on are irony, imagery, and an unreliable narrator. Students will have access to screen recordings for various things. One screen recording will be for the specific reading of the short story. The students enjoy being read to, so it might be helpful in that light. The second screen recording will include an explanation of the literary terms. The videos will all be on YouTube. In the following lessons, the students will be authoring their own short stories and using literary terms and techniques. This lesson will help them prepare for drafting their own short stories. Objectives. In this lesson, students will be able to understand literary techniques like irony, imagery, and an unreliable narrator. Notice the impact and significance of using literary techniques mentioned above. Assess how literary techniques make a short story more effective. Create their own short scenes using irony, suspense, and an unreliable narrator. Standards. So the two standards I focused on were 9 to 10 W3 and 9 to 10 W4 because this lesson helps them to create their own narratives. So I thought those standards fit the best. Materials. Students will have their Chromebooks, the Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe text, the screen recording of the reading, and literary terms and techniques, and the rubric for the narrative of The Perfect Crime. There will also be a timer. Class time is 45 minutes. Students will know the different sections of the plot chart, and students will also have had some experience with literary terms and techniques from prior discussion. This is all prior knowledge before this lesson. Excuse me, sorry, I have a bit of a frog in my throat. Scope and sequence. So students will journal about a time they almost got away with something and how it impacted them. Students will then listen to the different literary techniques and their definitions. It's a rather short video. The teacher will ask if there are any questions and clear up any confusion. Students will then listen and follow along with the reading. After the students have listened to the reading, the students will give examples from the short story. The teacher will introduce the short writing activity, Students will begin writing and the teacher will circulate to see if there are any questions. If the students do not finish during this class time, they will complete the assignment during the next period. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed my quick lesson. Alright, take care.